How's it going, guys? I'm Blake, and I want to share some tips for inshore saltwater fishing. I moved down to Corpus Christi, Texas about 5 years ago and had no clue about saltwater fishing, but just fell in love with it because all the different species you can catch so quickly. And so started Googling and YouTubing, probably a lot like you may be, trying to figure out the best ways to go about catching a certain species and actually targeting fish. So these days I'm doing a little bit better and actually limited down fairly quickly on the right season and the right days when I find the right spots and everything works out for me. So I'm going to show you how I rig up some of my rods and exactly how I'm all set up and how I've had the best luck. So maybe it helps you out as well. I've currently got a 14-foot John boat I got at Academy. They're not as expensive as you think. If you can find them, this and the trailer they sell at Academy, so check it out. Got lucky and found the motor on Craigslist. Those are a little bit tougher to find. If you got any questions about the build, check out the other videos. One big thing that's helped me out a lot if you are a live bait fisherman is this Magellan live tank right here that helps me out for my live shrimp. This thing can hold a quart all weekend long and keep fish alive from Friday night, or shrimp alive from Friday night all the way till Sunday for me. I mean, it really works wonders. It does much better than any bucket you're gonna get. So they're really just about 50 bucks at Academy is what I got that one for, and that's on the cheaper side for the majority of anything that you're gonna find like that in other brands. So give that a check out. A lot of this boat is from Academy, but hey, that's the way it works. Um, I'm going to show you today the setups that I've got that have worked best for me. I've got a couple of rods. I'm not a favorite on anything. I just try to mix it up and see what everything has to offer. So I've got a Abu Garcia reel right here, and then a Penn reel right here. This is a Fierce 3, I believe 6,000. It does pretty well. Either one of these does everything I need it to. I found the rods, they're Berkeley rods. I got them from Walmart. They were 30 bucks. I don't spend a lot on equipment because we're gonna break something in the wrong moments. Hopefully not, but hey, it happens, especially around here if you get tied up on a rock or something like that. So. Today I want to show you how I'm going to set up my pen. I keep braid on it that is 30-pound Power Pro braid. Yellow is the color that I choose. This is actually all because of a guide on a trip that I went on a couple of years back where we limited out on trout really quickly, and I started using this setup and it really works wonders. So I use braid, and then we'll go to mono, and then to a leader and a swivel and a hook. So I'll show you what all we got here. Is laser sharp size 3 on the hook, 40-pound for the line that we'll use in front of the braid and before the leader. Leader I use is a 6-inch 20-pound. All this stuff is Walmart, guys. I go cheap, and it really does just fine, honestly. Swivel is a nickel interlock snap swivel, size 3, and this is actually the full setup on the Abu Garcia. This one's already set up, so you can kind of see the fact that this swivel, this weight slides across here. Makes a little noise and can help you out for a little chatter to, kind of let the fish know the bait are there. I've got 100 shrimp in there right now, ready to go for tomorrow, and they do great on the end of this. The circle hook is definitely a favorite on this. Got the swivel on the end that you can see. And so let's go ahead and get to hooking it up. Turn the camera around here, guys. So the setup works for y'all. So I'm gonna start off with our braid. And this does, can get pricey if you're buying huge reels, but you don't need a whole lot of it at once, man. 300 yards, and you're probably gonna cover a pretty fat reel pretty quickly. This 40-pound line I got here is definitely not expensive. Nothing I do is too expensive, but everything works. If you guys want to check out some of my catches, they're on Instagram. It's 361 Fishaholic, and that's where I post all the fish I catch. If you care, whatever. If not, it's cool too. Just trying to help you out on catching some more fish. So what I'll do is cut about a foot. This line is 40-pound line right here. Maybe a foot and a half. Just be on the safe side. Add a little bit. This is what we'll be connecting with the leader next. And adding that slider weight on it. I usually use the 1/8 ounce weight. So for starters, tying your line, the best way I like to do it, you can do it how you want. Tie whatever special Boy Scout knot you know. I wasn't in Boy Scouts, so here you go. I take the braid, twisted a pound knot, 40-pound line right there. And all I do is a good old regular loop with a couple of twists. Just as long as you're twisting up that braid with that line there, then that's really your whole goal. As long as you're making a knot out of that thing. And you also want to make a knot that is big enough to where your weight isn't going to slide past it. That gets real annoying whenever that's happening. You're out there in the water and you're having to adjust it and stuff. So don't use your teeth. Be smarter and use something else. But I'm just trying to be quick here, guys. Show you how I normally do this. If I'm out on the water, I'm trying to do this quickly. I'm sure as y'all are. It's when the fish start biting and your line breaks. That's what you want to be prepared for. That's what I try to be prepared for. You're trying to be quick and get back to the fish. The weights that I use: bullet weight egg sinkers, 1/8 ounce, also a purchase. Good old Walmart. Slider weight is great for a little chatter. Ever since I started using this setup, I've honestly caught more fish. It's not anything to advertise for anybody. I'm just telling you honestly, it can really help you out. And if I don't have this set up and I'm using anybody else's rod for any reason, at a buddy's house and I don't have my rod for some crazy reason, which would be a stupid thing, but it bugs me not to have this set up now because it works great every time. A lot of guys prefer a longer leader. Great, go for it, especially if you're going to be catching bigger fish. Most of the time I'm targeting redfish. Redfish are my favorite fish to catch. Got to be between 20 and 28, and so you better have something tough on there if you're going to hold them. You don't want to pop your line. Ever since I started using braid, it works beautifully for that stretch that they're going to pull on and you're going to fight them on, and it makes everything just work out really nice. So I'm hooking up my leader right now is what I'm doing, of course. So like I explained earlier, we have the braid to the monofilament line right there and the weight that slides across it. We're now hooking up our 6-inch, 20-pound leader. Just a couple of loops through that hole. No kind of fancy knot that I know. This has always worked for me, guys, and I've caught some big fish on these lines. Of course, learn new knots and find fancier knots, and I try to do that stuff, but a lot of days I'm in a hurry and I just twist it up and make sure that it's not going to pop, of course, but a few solid knots and be on the way. All right, past the leader, we've got our swivel, and that's gonna, just, you wanna envision the shrimp is what I'm using, the live shrimp, and so I'm seeing him spinning, I'm seeing him moving more naturally with the swivel on it, and that's what's gonna make the bait appear more natural, make the fish strike more quickly right there. It's definitely the ultimate goal, catch more fish quicker. Last but certainly not least, laser sharp, as we showed you earlier, size 3. These circle hooks, it will do it all day. Wide gap for the big mouth on those reds, drums, whatever it is that you're catching. Trout, I need to get better myself about moving out and catching more trout in the deeper waters. I stick around the docks mainly and catch the black and red drum. So, circle hook on the end. And that's the setup. So, I'm ready to go for tomorrow. If you guys have any questions about that, just let me know, send me a message or whatever. This is how I set up for the weekend, and it usually works. Little live shrimp. If things get rough, I may add on little fish ponds just in case. But other than that, that's just going to work for today. Some live croaker if I'm targeting some trout, but right now we're looking for reds. I've been limited out on those on most days, and being pretty lucky about that for some Friday and Saturdays for about a month now, so I'm going to carry on with that. I've been heading out to the canals and heading right around the docks. Those guys, they're feeding off those pilings and sticking around there. And low tide, they can get trapped back there in the canals, and then I can kind of load up, and I really do well. So a little setup like this can go a long way where you're limited out, and you didn't even spend $80,000 to limit out. You just spend a little bit. So hope this helps you guys out, and good luck. Thanks, guys.